Welcome back to Idaho Today. The cooler temperatures outside mean that sick season is upon us. But what can we all do to prevent the flu from reaching our families and ourselves? Dr. Skylar Wynn, he joins us from Optum and the American Heart Association to tell us more, to give us the details that we need to make sure that we're remaining healthy this season. Dr. Wynn, it is so good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I would love to know the elephant in the room. What is the difference between a common cold and the flu?
Yes, for the most part, the cold presents itself in a more milder manners, and the flu can be quite more significantly severe. People can have high fevers, chills, muscle ache, headache, and generally just feel a lot sicker with the flu in general compared to the typical common cold.
Okay, so the severity of your illness is quite significant compared to some sniffles, if you will, where maybe you can still kind of function, go about your day. It's just you don't feel top speed, right? But with the flu, you're kind of laid out. Okay, so let's talk about the #1 line of defense that we hear every season, the flu shot. Who should get a flu shot and when?
Yeah, I think for the most part, pretty much everyone should get the flu shot. And for the most part, the flu season is starting in October and then onward until late spring. And so generally around this time is when I recommend people to start thinking about getting the flu shot. And like I mentioned earlier, I think most adult and even children should consider getting the flu shot every year.
Okay, so pretty much anyone, like you mentioned, but especially those that are in kind of some high risk categories though too, right? The young, older, maybe those with underlying health issues. Do you also suggest that they strongly get a flu shot?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you mentioned, especially older folks who might have a weaker immune system compared to younger people, definitely should consider getting the flu shot, especially considering getting a high-dose flu vaccine if you're above the age of 65 is something that I would recommend and most physicians would recommend.
Okay, so there kind of is a special vaccine then for seniors. You just mentioned above the age of 65, a high dose. I've never heard of this. Explain this.
Yeah, it's a relatively new recommendation that came out about a few years ago. But for people above the age of 65, the CDC recommend a high-dose flu vaccine, which basically a more concentrated version of the vaccine itself that help older folks build a more robust immune response and thus an immune protection to the flu based on the concentration of the vaccine being higher.
Got it. So is that something that you'd want to ask your physician about then when you go in for your standard flu shot? You just say, you know, obviously I qualify, I'm 65 or older. I would like is it the higher concentration or what's the name of this flu shot?
Yeah, I think that the general typical way you can describe it to a physician is a high-dose flu vaccine.
It's high dose. Okay.
Exactly. That's the way that you can kind of communicate your preference to the physician. And for the most part, your physician should bring this up with you as well. If you're above the age of 65, your physician should be the one who could bring up this conversation and could offer you this vaccine.
Okay, great. But if your physician does not, though, you can always advocate for yourself, though, right? And say,
Absolutely.
give me the high dose. All right. What else can people do, though, to protect themselves this winter?
Yes, for the most part, I think good hygiene, including regular hand washing, avoid contact with sick individuals, and protect yourself by wearing masks around individuals who might having symptoms of the cold or the flu would be probably the most safe approach to kind of prevent yourself from getting the flu this season.
Okay, excellent. And like you had mentioned, you know, if maybe you're not feeling well, stay home. Don't go to work. Don't go to school, right?
Yes, you wanna be respectful of the people around you, and you also want to protect your community, right? And part of that is staying home when you're sick, and part of that is also getting the vaccine so that you can protect those around you as well.
Yes, and where can people go to learn more?
Absolutely, you can learn more at our main website on optum.com/Idaho. Again, optum.com/Idaho.
Wonderful. Dr. Wynn, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And I certainly hope everyone takes this to heart to keep themselves and their loved ones and the community at large healthy this season. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone stick around because coming up